All right, so this is an example of how to change a standard form equation into a slope-intercept form equation. This is standard form because the x and the y are on the same side of the equal sign, but you cannot graph anything like that. It needs to be in slope-intercept form, so then it's easier to graph. It's also easier to put it in the y equals of the calculator. So, and the steps will be the same every time. So step 1 is to put a box around the y, the full y term. Not just the y, not just the 3, but also the sign that's in front of it. So you're boxing the y. Then you need to take the opposite of the x so you can move it to the other side of the equals. So opposite of x would be, since this x was positive 2, the opposite is negative 2x. And you move it to the other side. This is going to cancel out. That's a 0 pair. You're left with 3y equals, keep the 12 minus 2x. These two things cannot be combined because they do not both have the same variable. So I move the opposite of x over here. Now I'm going to divide everything by the coefficient of y. And when you divide, you're only dividing by the number. Some people write like divide by 3y, divide by 3y. No, you're not dividing by the y also. You are only dividing by the number, the same exact number that's with the y. Then you're going to end up simplifying to figure out what happens. So 3 divided by 3, that's an invisible 1y, equals 12 divided by 3 needs to be simplified to a 4. Sometimes this needs to be reduced, or sometimes you need to figure out what that equals. In this case, there's no reducing. It's only 1 negative, so that just stays a minus 2 over 3x. So this is your slope-intercept form. However, sometimes they write it differently. They can also write y equals, they'll put the slope in front, negative 2 over 3x will be in front, and then they put the y-intercept in the back. So it can also be written like this. There's two different ways it can be written. So just take note that the 4 is the y-intercept. If you were graphing, that's where you start. And the negative 2 over 3x is the slope. And I'm sorry, a slope is just a number, so negative 2 over 3 is the slope, which is your rise over run.